from the Orange Bowl in Miami, Florida. The Dolphins and the Houston Oilers are about ready for the opening kickoff. We'll be back in just a moment. As you look at this crowd in the Orange Bowl in Miami, color guard moving off. They've added some new seats here, and they're going to come up just short of a sellout as you look to Don Shula. His pro coaching record, 115 wins, 37 losses, and 6 ties. Shula, who came here as head coach, a vice president, and part owner of the Miami Dolphins. And, Johnny, he has really turned things around here in 3 seasons.
Gee, I think his record speaks for itself, what he's done in his past coaching career, and consistency, and that's the success to anything, is consistency. Also, consistency, I see that the field is still a little wet, Jay. It's wet in spots. They had some rain last night, and it may be a little slippery.
All right. Our referee, Fred Silva, the umpire, John Keck, George Murphy, the head linesman, Bill Wright, the line judge, Hugh Gamber, the back judge, and Jimmy Cole, the field judge, back to receive for the Houston Oilers. 33 is Benny Johnson, along with 34, Willie Rogers. Your premium kicks off with the football. Willie Rogers, and he slips. You see that problem that they're going to have here with the artificial surface. He brings the ball out to the 14-yard line. Hit at the 14 by Charlie Babb, a rookie from Memphis State, along with Hubert Ginn, number 32.
He had a little moment of indecision there. He came out across the goal line, and that meant that he had to continue going, and he had a hesitation. That's what ruined that return.
For the Oilers, Pastorini, number 7 at quarterback. Al Johnson, 15. Hoyle Granger, number 30, the running back. Burrow, double O, and Joyner, 18, of the wide receivers. Pastorini going to put it up on the first play. Swings it out to Granger. He goes down, gets up, fumbles at the 14-yard line. And who shot it? Miami football. And it is very obvious, Johnny Morris, that this field, dampened by early rains today, is going to be a problem.
Yes, it is. The first 2 plays, we've noticed it, and now Houston is in trouble. Granger getting his start after sitting on the bench most of last week after a tough break. I think the footing had a lot to do with that play.
Bill Stanfill, number 84, is credited with the fumble recovery for the Dolphins. Miami with Bob Greasy, number 12, at quarterback, Jim Kick, 21, and Larry Zonka, 39, of the running back. The give goes up the middle, and it's kicked all the way down to the 1-yard line. Good block by Paul Warfield, number 42, Johnny. Jim Kick starting today. Last week he didn't start. Mercury Morris was tapped by Don Shula, who started running back.
We can also credit Bob Kutzenberg, the left guard, with the fine block. He came back across and cleaned out the alley.
Marv Fleming, number 80, the tight end, along with Mandich, number 84, as Briscoe has come out. 2 tight ends in there. Second down and goal for Miami. It goes to kick. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jim Kick out of the University of Wyoming, tracking across. And we have played just 1 minute and 43 seconds. 2 plays, a 14-yard drive. Premium to try for the extra point. Earl Morrill will hold. Morrill, the 17-year veteran. Yarrow Premium makes it 7-0. Johnny Morris, the Dolphins got a break, and they struck quickly. That's always the mark of a fine football team. Here are defense, number 34. That is Willie Rogers. Rogers with a 32-yard average for kickoff returns. The Cypriot, Yarrow Premium, set to boot the ball as Miami has gone on top here in the opening moments of play in the Orange Bowl in Miami. We hope wherever you are this afternoon you'll enjoy the action. Yarrow is ready, and here we go again. Rogers in the end zone, and he's going to down it. He learned to fail intelligently first time around.
Well, that's what they say. Never make the same mistake twice, and he did not do that.
Pastorini, number 7, will have Johnson 15 and Granger 30. Ken Burrow, his wide receiver 00, and Charlie Joyner, number 18, the other wide receiver. Alvin Reed is 89, the tight end. Punch is 66, Regner 60, Hunt 51, Saul 64, and Carr 63 up front. Hoyle Granger. Granger 6'1", out of Mississippi State. All-time leading ground gainer for the Houston Oilers. Hit by the weak side linebacker Mike Colon, number 57. Bonaconte also there. Willie Rogers now is in the lineup as a setback, replacing Al Johnson. So it's Rogers 34 and Granger 30 back there. Second down and about 9 from the 21-yard line. Miami leading 7-0. Opening moments of play in the Orange Bowl. Pastorini up the middle, and Granger all the way out to the 35-yard line and a first down. Granger hit on the play by Anderson, number 40, and Jake Scott, number 13. They're the safeties. You look at the Houston Oilers, and back into the lineup comes Al Johnson. 12 yards to the 34. Johnson has replaced Rogers. Coming wide to the right, Ken Burrow. First and 10 at, let's call it the 34-yard line. He'll set the Miami defense on this next play. The pass intended for Charlie Joyner on the far side. It was too tall. He was covered over there by number 45, Curtis Johnson. The Miami Dolphins up front have Vern Denherter, number 83, along with Manny Fernandez, 75. Jim Dunaway is 78. And Bill Stanfill is 84. They're rotating that setback, Rogers and Johnson, on each play as Bill Peterson sends the plays in from the Houston bench. Second down and 10. That's Joyner out at the top of the screen. Pastorini giving it off to Granger. Trouble on the handoff, Johnny, and Granger just about a yard as he just got to the 35. Jim Dunaway, number 78, making the stop. We've given you the front four for the Dolphins. Their linebackers are Swift, 59, and Colon, 57 on the outside. Nick Bonaconte, number 85, is in the middle. Foley, 25, and Johnson, 45, are the corners, and Scott, 13, and Anderson, 40, are the safeties. Third down, 8. Ball just over the Houston 35-yard line. Penalty marker down. The handoff to Granger out to the 39-yard line. Wrapped up at that point by Dunaway, 78, and Denherter, 83. Fernandez flashing through 75 also to break up the play. The indication offside. Our referee, Fred Silva, taking a look and discussing it with number 7 there, Dan Pastorini for Houston. 5 yards against the Dolphins. Puts the ball just over the 40-yard line. Rogers and Johnson continue to rotate in the backfield for the Oilers of Bill Peterson. Johnny Granger has looked very good running this football.
He certainly has, and it's a big chance for him, and I'm sure he'd like to have a great game.
Third down and 4. The pitch back comes to Willie Rogers. Sweeping, cuts in, and gets to the 42-yard line. Short of the first down. Coming up to make the play, 83. Vern Denherter, the left end. Tim Foley, the left cornerback, coming in. A punting situation. Pastorini with an average of 50.6 in doing the punting. Coach Bill Peterson, though, has got Skip Butler in. Although you're seeing now Pastorini back. He's been using Butler all week. That is Charlie Lee, number 23 deep. Single safety. Babb is a short man, about 20 yards up from him. Look out! Miami has the football at the 30-yard line. In underneath the pile, number 51, Larry Ball, along with 88, Jim Mandy. We've got timeout here in the Orange Bowl. The score, Dolphins 7, Oilers nothing. 10:19 left to play, first quarter. The Dolphins lead at 7-0, and they have the football. We now have Mercury Morris 22 with Larry Zonka 39 as the setbacks behind Bob Greasy. Both Warfield and Briscoe are set out wide to the right. Hand off to Mercury Morris. He's at the 20, spinning away, and all the way down to the 16-yard line. Mercury Morris. The NCAA rushing mark was his until Oklahoma's Steve Owens broke it. A look at it.
And let's take a look at number 67, the left guard, Bob Kutzenberg, on the inside handoff. Morris comes inside, dips out. Watch 67. Throw the block that swings him into the inside, and Morris turns on that speed. And what a combination they have at the halfback spot with Mercury Morris and Jim Kidd.
A first down. The third first down of the afternoon for Miami. Holmes credited with making the stop. This time it's Zonka across the 10 and near the 8-yard line. Mike Silliman, number 78, wraps him up there. Silliman 78, Holmes 79, Leo Brooks 73, playing for the injured Ron Billingsley, and Elvin Bethea, number 65, the front four. Rice 85 and Webster 90 are the outside backers for the Oilers, with Ken Pritchard 58 in the middle. Alexander 19 and Benny Johnson 33 at the corners. Ken Houston 29 and John Charles 25 are the safeties. Second down and 2. The Dolphins leading 7-0, driving once more. Mercury Morris at the 5, down to the 3, to the 1-yard line. Some great blocking up front. Pat Holmes made the stop on Mercury Morris. Morris, the number 3 draft choice in 1969. 5'10", 190 from West Texas State. First and goal to go, let's call it at the 2. And we now have Fleming and Mandich, 80 and 88, the 2 tight ends in. Warfield is out of it. Or Briscoe is out. Warfield stays on. Mercury Morris, touchdown. Mercury Morris. There he is.
Let's take a look at it. He comes off of the tail of number 67, Kutzenberg, the guard, as he comes across, and there's a big hole up there, and Houston has got to do something in that defensive line. Big gaping holes are.
Earl Morrill will hold. Yeprimiem will attempt the extra point. There it is, and it is blocked off to the right side. Yeprimiem misses the point after on a block. 8:16 remaining. A timeout here in the first period with the score. Dolphins 13, the Oilers nothing. Back deep, Kenny Johnson and Willie Rogers, and they are set to receive, and it'll be Rogers who takes it and touches it down. And it'll come out to the 20-yard line, where the Oilers will have it first and 10. 8:11 left to play here in period number 1. The wind really whipping up here now, and the skies above darkening. It is starting to rain here in the Orange Bowl. Pastorini, number 7, is at quarterback. Wide to the right, Burrow. Charlie Joyner set on the left side. Granger and Johnson, the setback. In motion, that was Johnson to give to Granger about 2, maybe 3 yards. Granger traded to the Saints. Picked up again by Houston as a free agent. Dropped. There you can see the wind, and it is really kicking up here this afternoon. Talking about Granger, he was dropped again, then picked back up, and he's looked very impressive here this afternoon as he is the leading ground gainer of all time for Houston. 20 yards on 4 carries. Second down and 7. Rhett Dawson now, number 20, in at wide receiver replacing Burrow. Incomplete. Charlie Joyner, the intended receiver. Mike Coley, number 57, covering out in the zone.
Jay, that was a quick screen out into the flat, and Joyner committed the cardinal sin. He took his eyes off the ball, but he takes one step down, back. He waits for the offensive line, the left side, to come out to form the quick screen, and he had the blockers there, but he wanted to run before he got the ball, and that happens to everybody sometimes.
Third down and 7 as Ken Burrow is back in at wide receiver to replace Rhett Dawson. Burrow on the left side at the top of your screen. That's Joyner out to the right. Third and 7 at the 23. Granger again, cracking up to the 28-yard line. He was hit by the middle linebacker, number 85. Granger, who has been the offense for Houston so far today. The rain now coming down, and it is really coming down.
It's more like a hurricane.
They have these little showers here. Pastorini is back to punt. Pastorini getting it away downfield. Charlie Lee, along with Anderson, and the ball launching down at about the 35. We've got a timeout here at the Orange Bowl. The Dolphins 13, the Oilers nothing. 32-yard punch as the Dolphins take over. The first two times here in the first period they have scored. This is the third time they've had their hands on the ball for the offense. Bob Greasy on first down, throwing complete to Warfield. Steps away and goes down to the 42-yard line. Ron Pritchard, number 58, the middle linebacker, along with 42, making the stop.
And Jay, we see perfect timing on this. He goes back for his precision pass set up about 4 yards. The quick slant in, and there was Warfield all alone, hit by Johnson. And he spins away. But they have eluded the linebacker Webster, who went a little bit too wide on the play on his pass coverage.
Jim Kidd, 21, and Sonka, 39. The setbacks behind Greasy. Another first down. They placed it at the 43-yard line. Sonka run out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Number 58 there, making the play, Ron Pritchard. There is Zonka, one of a great line of tremendous running backs out of Syracuse University. Jim Brown, the late Ernie Davis, Floyd Little, Jim Nance. Boy, they've produced some great ones. Second down, 7 at the 40-yard line. The Dolphins leading 13-0. We're in the first quarter at the Orange Bowl. Rain letting up a little bit. Good shot there of Bob Greasy, who runs the ball control offense of the Dolphins with brilliance. Jim kick. And Ron Billingsley is now at right tackle, number 82. Brooks, 73, started there for him. The tackle credited to Billingsley. We've got a penalty down, and the preliminary single is offensive holding. And it will go against the Dolphins. 5 minutes, 52 seconds left to play. We're in the first quarter. Mercury Morris coming back in now, number 22, to replace Jim Kick. Holding against the Dolphins, places the ball back at the 46-yard line of Miami. It'll be second down, 21. Last week, the Dolphins, 20-10 winners over Kansas City. Houston lost to Denver, 30-7. Fate's going to swing out. It comes to Morris. He's at the 50, the 40, and over on the far side, the last man to get to him, George Webster, just undercut him, and a good thing he did, or Mercury might have gone all the way. Larry Little, number 66, with a fine block.
And Jay, that was the play that Houston tried a few moments ago. They put the screen out to the wide receiver, and his offensive line formed well, and we'll see a great block by Little coming up. Number 66 out in front. And then Webster comes in to make the saving tackle. Beautifully executed play by the Dolphins.
Third down and 4 at the 37-yard line of the Houston Oilers. The Dolphins with the lead and the football, and Greasy straight back. Out it comes, complete. First down at the 30-yard line to Larry Sonka. 85 Rice, Webster 90, converging to make the tackle.
And they just brought Zonka out of the backfield. They sent Warfield down the field to clear Benny Johnson out of there, and then Zonka just lowers his shoulders as Webster reacts along with Rice, and down he goes, but not before he got the first down. And this Miami attack is awesome. They pass when they need to, they run, they control the ball, and it's going to be tough to beat them.
First down 10 at the 29-yard line. And the Miami Dolphins running out of the eye. The pitch back coming to kick. And he got all the way to the 20-yard line. Hit over there by Willie Alexander, number 19, the left corner. Floyd Wright, number 85, the left linebacker. Again, Larry Little helped out as you look at Jim Kick, 5'11", 214. Kick, along with Zonka, led this Dolphin club as the top rushing team in the National Football League a year ago. Clock is running with 3:40 left to play. We're in the first quarter. The Dolphins leading 13-0 as we play in the rain here in the Orange Bowl. The middle with good power. Kick again. At the 16, Kick is upended by Ron Pritchard, number 58, the middle linebacker.
We have a couple of scores in, Jay. Cleveland has taken a 3-0 lead over Philadelphia in the first period on a field goal by Don Cockroft, and Cincinnati leads Pittsburgh 3-0 in the first period.
First and goal to go, or excuse me, first and 6, first and 10 at the 16. The swing comes out to Kick, and this time George Webster, number 90, coming up to diagnose the play nicely. Kick had Warfield out there with him. Kick coming off now, and Mercury Morris returning. Miami has 8 first downs as Kick gets a fine hand. Houston has but 1. The Dolphins leading 13-0. Second down and about 14. Miami operating at the Houston 20-yard line. Greasy throwing over the middle, intercepted down at the 1-yard line. Coming up with the play, John Charles, JC, the All-American from Purdue.
And we'll see that Fleming was open earlier. As Greasy went back, he actually just threw a bad pass here. Watch Fleming coming down at it. He's open right there, but the ball is too high, waits up too long, and Charles alertly makes the interception. But he had him open. He found the clear zone, but Greasy was too late on the throw. But a heads-up play by the Houston Oilers to maybe save the game-breaking touchdown. It could be.
And a great shot from that end zone with our ground-level camera. A minute 59 left to go, first period. And Houston now operating from their own 1-yard line and getting the call. Al Johnson slanting out to about the 3. It's tough down in there. Jim Dunaway, number 78 at right tackle, making the stop. Johnson is a quarterback at Cincinnati and rushed for over 1,700 yards there. Rhett Dawson, number 20, is in for Ken Burrow at wide receiver. Charlie Joyner, number 18, the other wide receiver. Alvin Reed, 89, the tight end. Johnson and Granger, 15 and 30, operating as the setback. 2nd and 8 from the 3. Granger out to the 8-yard line. 7-year veteran from Mississippi State. Hit by Mike Pullen, number 57, a weak side linebacker, and Curtis Johnson, 45. Granger going off.
Jay, here will be an interesting call. It's 3rd and about 2 back on your own, 9-yard line?
It's nearer the 9. We'll call it there as Holmes, 39, has replaced Granger. 3rd and 2. Right up the middle, Holmes got to the 10. I don't believe he got enough for the first down. They jammed up the middle. Manny Fernandez, 75, and Nick Bonacani, the middle linebacker, 85. They're short of the first down, and another punting situation for the Houston Oilers. Pastorini has been doing the punting, but as we wanted to mention earlier and started to, Skip Butler activated this week to do the placements, has also been doing some punting, as Joe Peterson has realized you can get yourself in a jam when your quarterback is also your punter.
Yes, you can.
All right, there is the gun sounding, the end of the first period of play. Here in the Orange Bowl, the score, Miami Dolphins 13, Houston Oilers nothing. Charlie Lee is back as the deep man for Miami. Pastorini downfield. That's Anderson up on the front there. The short man. They tried to block it, but Pastorini got a good punt away. Lee at the 45. back at midfield and goes down right along the 50. Hit by number 50, Guy Murdoch, a rookie from the University of Michigan. A 44-yard punt with a 5-yard return. A look at unofficial statistics, total yardage, first period. Miami 101 yards with 61 on the ground and 40 passing. Houston has 35 yards rushing. Most of it has been Hoyle Granger. Not 1 yard in the passing department, Johnny, for Houston. 35 yards to 101. The total yardage, first period of play. Kick 21 and Zonka 39 are your setbacks. Both Warfield and Briscoe out at the top of the screen. Handoff going to Larry Zonka at the 45, down to the 43-yard line, and tripped up there by Benny Johnson, 33. Warfield cutting in there, made a nice block out in front, leading the play. Opening moment of the second period. The Dolphins leading 13-0 as you take a look at Houston and their defense. 79 Holmes at left end, Silliman 78 at left tackle, Billingsley 82 is the right tackle, and Bethea 65 at right end. It's 2nd and 4 at the 43 for Miami. Creasy has his man, Jim Kick. Kick fumbles, and at the 37-yard line, Houston has the football. Pat Holmes, number 79, there he is. He had it down underneath the pile.
And, Jay, it's hard to keep track of this play. They brought both backs out as Warfield went down the field, kicked it, turned in, made the catch, fumbled when hit by Pritchard, and then it appeared that Houston had it, then Miami. Briscoe dropped it, and finally, they made the recovery.
And finally, the officials, referee Fred Silva, you're looking right there, they got together and called it incomplete. And Oiler fans, I'm sure, will wonder why. After all of that, it's an incomplete pass.
Well, that was a close call, I'll tell you that.
3rd down and 4 at the 43, and Miami still with that football. Going wide to the right, 42 is Paul Warfield. Marlon Briscoe set out to the right side. On the wing left, that's Larry Zonka, and Greasy to put it up. Pass appeared to just slither off Greasy's hand, fell far short of the intended receiver. Marlon Briscoe down at the 33-yard line. This will bring up a 4th and 4. Gerald Yepremian going to attempt a 51-yard field goal. As you look back downfield to number 25, John Charles. And here's the try. And it is long enough, but wide to the right. And Charles bringing it out at the 10, away at the 15. Across the field he goes, gets the block, still on his feet, at the 30, up to the 31-yard line. And a penalty marker now is in view back upfield. It may have been roughing the kicker. It is. So, a couple of calls have really hurt the Oilers as they're down 13-0. It is a 5-yard penalty running into the kicker. It'll place the ball down at the Houston 39-yard line.
By running into the kicker as opposed to roughing the kicker means it was accidental, and he was in the process of trying to make a legitimate block of the ball. So that's why it was a 5-yard instead of a 15-yard penalty.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line of Houston for the Dolphins. Mercury Morris on the sweep. And a very fine individual performance at the 40-yard line by middle linebacker John Pritchard, number 58. There is Mercury Morris. Ron Pritchard.
He came out of nowhere to get that one, Jay. He's one of the most aggressive football players I've ever seen. He is tough.
Creasy pitching back. Mercury Morris at the 40. Got a block down to the 30, 25, and slipped. And bumped at the 20-yard line by Mike Silliman, number 78, along with 85, Floyd Wright, the left linebacker. Mercury Morris. This is a man who last week started for the Dolphins. They said he earned the starting place in front of Jim Kick. Top tip-off return man in the AFC in 71 with a 28.2 average. Johnny, he's really a triple threater.
He is. He's got outside and inside speed. He got a good block from Little that time, pulling guard out there. He just buried Alexander, although Alexander did the right thing. He took the blocker out, and there should have been pursuit from the inside.
First down at the 20 as Morris has 41 yards on 5 carries. He's also caught a pass for 17 yards. Oh, look out in the middle. Trouble on the handoff, and Houston has the football.
Wait, there might be a penalty.
That's right. That's the way it's been going. Alvin Bethea, big number 65. Big E making the recovery down underneath. First down for Houston. They'll operate from their own 20-yard line with Pastorini, the quarterback. Johnson and Granger are in behind him. Granger gets the call. Loss of a yard. 75, Manny Fernandez flashing through with 83. Vern Denherter, the left tackle on the left end, there to make the play.
Couple of scores, Jay. Dallas leads New York 7-0 in the first period on a touchdown by Walt Garrison. San Francisco 3, Buffalo nothing in the first period. And the Falcons lead New England 3-0 in the first period.
Brett Dawson, number 20, into the wide receiver spot for the Oilers. Dawson is set out wide to the right. Joyner down at the bottom of the screen, 2nd and 11. Pastorini over the middle, almost intercepted. He was intending for Granger, who fell down at the 25-yard line, and he threw that ball almost into the hands of Nick Bonaconti.
Granger is really having trouble with his footing. It's just so slick out there for him. He might possibly have the wrong shoes on. There's so many different kinds of shoes for different surfaces, but he is having problems.
Burrow is back in to replace Brett Dawson at wide receiver, as you saw that Dolphin defense. If the Dolphins do have a weakness, it may be the defensive line and their smallish linebackers. 3rd and 11. Pastorini in trouble. Intending for Al Johnson, incomplete as they try to set up the screen on the left side. Houston 0 for 4 on the 3rd down conversion. Miami has converted successfully on a 3rd down play once on 3 occasions.
Now here's a situation you were talking about, Jay. The quarterback just got clobbered after he threw the pass, but now he's going to have to punt. And some people feel that he shouldn't be punting because he's been shook a little bit. You never know what could happen.
Charlie Lee, the deep man to the left. Dick Anderson, the short man. As you look at Pastorini, set to boot the ball to them. And a fine kick it is. Lee at the 38, over the 40, bumps at the 44, still on his feet at the 45, up to the 47, 48-yard line. Charlie Lee returning the punt 43 yards, a 9-yard return, a timeout here. The score, Dolphins 13, Oilers nothing.
Dallas leads New York now 10-0. The Washington Redskins have taken a 14-0 lead over the St. Louis Cardinals on a pass from Bill Coomer to Jerry Smith for one of the touchdowns.
The Dolphins, 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. Kick and Sonka are the running backs, and this is Jim Kick. To midfield, just over the 50-yard line. There to make the tackle, Ron Pritchard, number 58, the middle linebacker. You look at the defensive unit of the Oilers. Holmes, Tilleman, Billingsley, and Bethea are up front. Webster, Rice, and Pritchard are the backers. Alexander, Houston, Charles, and Atkins playing for the injured Benny Johnson. We'll try to check and see what the injury to Johnson is, the extent of it. It appeared, though, he was just shaken up. 2nd and 5. Long pass, Greasy intending and completing to Warfield. Warfield all the way down to the 10-yard line. Ken Houston made the tackle. And Benny Johnson is back in at right corner, number 33. Apparently he's okay. Well, there is what Mr. Paul Warfield does best. He opens up the game for you offensively.
He certainly does, Jay. And that time, Houston defense went into a revolve. They rotated away from Warfield to Briscoe, which left Warfield man for man on that side, and that's a dangerous situation.
2 passes for 58 yards for Warfield. First down, 10 at the 10. Out of the eye, the pitchback coming to kick. Boy, there's a great individual performance as he battles and scratches to the 4-yard line. Ken Houston, 29. Elvin Bethea, 65, had him. Along with Mike Tilleman, 78. Fleming and Mandich, the 2 tight ends are in. Briscoe is out. 2nd and 4 at the 4. This time, it is Larry Sonka, another Miami touchdown. Well, Johnny, now Morris had one, Kick had one, here's Sonka. The premium. There's the boot. It is up, and it is good. We have a timeout with 8:38 left to play in the first half. Score, Miami Dolphins 20, Houston Oilers nothing. The kickoff, Benny Johnson at the 15. Oh, he ran into his own man as he crossed the 15-yard line. He bumped into Bob Atkins, it looked like. Mumford, 26. Hubert Ginn, 32, are credited with making the tackle. The Dolphins leading 20-0. Sonka has 24 yards on the ground. Morris, 41. Kick, 39. Greasy is 5 for 7 for 79 yards, and the Dolphins lead it 20-0. Dan Pastorini at quarterback. Pastorini throwing, and his intended receiver falls down. All right, number 53, Bob Matheson, has come into the lineup to replace 78 Jim Dunaway for Don Shula's Dolphins. And Johnny will have an opportunity, hopefully, to talk with you about the 53 defense. It is going to be second down 10. Houston, they operate from their own 17-yard line. Pastorini throwing to the far side, intending for Joyner, and again the pass was too tall. And a very good pass rush put on by 84, Bill Stanfill, a former All-American from the University of Georgia. Third down and 10 at the 17. Pastorini got time, swings it out. Granger has it, gets to the 15, and brought down there by Bob Matheson. There is Granger, and Matheson roving as he does in this 53 defense.
And there he is. He's so mobile, he can either rush the passer as a defensive lineman or drop off. And this time he dropped out and was in the right spot to get Granger before he could turn up the field. They use that in long yardage situations mostly, and he can either rush from a 3-man rush and make it a 4-man rush, or a red dog with it, or he can drop off the pass coverage with a 3-5-3.
There are Charlie Lee and Dick Anderson back, and Pastorini getting the boot away. And a tremendously high, long punt it is. The fair catch called for at the 42-yard line by Charlie Lee. 42-yard punt with no return. Fair catch by Charlie Lee. We have 7:18 remaining to be played. The Dolphins are leading it 20-0. And there's a look at what's coming your way next Sunday. Our doubleheader will have Baltimore against Buffalo, Cincinnati versus Cleveland at 1 Eastern Time. At 2, the Jets versus Houston, Pittsburgh at St. Louis. Then at 4, it's Miami, Minnesota, Kansas City, Denver, San Diego at Oakland. Check the listings in your area for the time. Greasy in trouble, goes down back at the 38-yard line. Coming around, Mike Chilliman to wrap him up there. Greasy had only been hit twice in this early season, both times last week at Kansas City. That's the third time he's been hit behind the line. Starting to rain again here.
So you have to give the Oiler defense some credit on that one. Webster did a good job of taking the back out, Morris, and the defensive backfield had everybody covered, so the defensive line was able to get in there and make the tackle.
6:43 remaining in the first half. Dolphins lead 20-0. Second down 14 at the 38-yard line. Dolphins with the football, and Bob Greasy giving it to Mercury Morris. He's gotten away from 2 men, but he doesn't get away on the far side from Ron Pritchard, number 58. The defensive unit for the Oilers, Holmes is 79, Tillman 78, Billingsley 82, and Bethea 65. It's now Webster 90, Kroll 59, and Pritchard 58, the backers. Johnson 33, Alexander 19 at the corners, and Houston 29 and Charles 25 are the safeties. It'll be third down, and it's about 3rd and 18 at the 33-yard line. At Warfield at the top of the screen. Briscoe is set out to the right, and they give it to Warfield on the end around. He's in trouble. Goes down at the 31-yard line. Making the play, Leo Brooks. Brooks, 73, who has replaced Billingsley at right tackle.
We have to give Pat Holmes a lot of credit here. He forced this play very deep. Forced Warfield to go back deep and ruined the whole timing on the play. He didn't make the tackle, but he's the one that really broke the play. And then now we get the dipsy-do. He gets by one man, and finally, down they go. Brooks making the tackle.
The first Miami punt of the afternoon coming up right now. Larry Seipel, number 20, is on to do the punting. And here is the boot. High kick. Ken Houston fair catching. Houston took it in at the 38-yard line. That last punt of 31 yards by Seipel gives Houston the ball. Johnny Seipel is not a fellow who punts for a long distance, but he hangs them high, and they're hardly ever returned. Good shot there of quarterback Dan Pastorini. First and 10 at the 37-yard line for the Oilers, and Pastorini on first down coming out to Burrow. He can't handle it at the 43-yard line. 45, Curtis Johnson was there. There is 0-0, Ken Burrow. He's playing in his home state today, a native of Jacksonville, Florida.
He's a great deep threat. He's going to be a fine receiver, Jay. He made one little mistake there, and that is that he just taken a little leap and caught in the breadbasket instead of, with the hands. They say use your stomach whenever you can. That time he didn't do it, and it went off his hands before it hit his chest.
Calvin Hunt, the center, leading them out. As you look at Pastorini's passing statistics, this is Hoyle Granger across the 40-yard line. Mike Colon, number 57, making the stop. Bob Matheson, number 53, is back on now for the Dolphins in their 53 defense. And, Johnny, we've talked about it. You can expand on just exactly what they like Matheson to do. They kind of give him a free hand.
Right, he has various ways to go. Now, you can see he's on the line, but he may drop off because of the passing situation. He may red dot with a couple of the other linebackers off the basic three-man rush. Now, he's in a linebacker set. He red dogs inside, but Houston picks it up.
Pastorini goes down at the 40-yard line. As it was a 3rd and 6 play, he found his receivers covered, and Matheson's the man that makes the tackle. Pastorini on the punt. We have 3 minutes left to play here in the first half. The Dolphins leading 20-0. Again, it is Lee deep and Anderson short. Another tremendous punt by Pastorini. Lee all the way back at the 7-yard line, retreated to the 5, now comes out, fumbles at the 10. The ball was dead. It will be Oilers ball at the 10-yard line. A 52-yard punt with a 3-yard return. First and 10, Dolphins. Ball just over the Dolphins' 10-yard line. Zonka and Kick, the running back. And Zonka on the wing now moving back into the backfield. Fumble, picked up, and who's got it? At the 15-yard line, who touched it last? They're trying to decide. Number 73, Norm Evans, was right there for the Dolphins. And the Dolphins will retain possession as they rule Evans touched it last. That's the way it's been in the first half for the Oilers. They have not been able to make a break or take advantage of a break.
Jim Kick almost committed the lineman's sin on this fumble. He tried to scoop it up instead of falling on it. That's what a lineman would usually do sometimes if he wants to get that ball, but Kick really should have fallen on the ball there, and there wouldn't have been a problem. Boy, some aggressive play there by Pritchard. He was in there, busted that play up.
A little hard to tell who touched it last.
Call, wasn't it?
Second down, 5. At the 15. Up the middle. Zonka. Terrific cooperation between Greasy and Zonka on that play, and a hole opening up. Larry Little and Langer and Evans on the right side. Bill Croyle, the left linebacker, number 59, making the tackle. The 2-minute warning is being given here as you look at the fans in the stands in the rain at the Orange Bowl. A timeout, the score. Dolphins 20, the Oilers nothing. Larry Sonka across the 30. Got to the 32-yard line. He was stalled at that point by linebacker Phil Cole, number 59. 2, 2nd and 4. And Larry Sonka gets to the 35-yard line. George Webster there this time. There is Webster, number 90. His number was retired at the university where he played, Michigan State.
It certainly is, and I have a couple of scores here, Jay. Pittsburgh has taken the lead over Cincinnati 7-3. Terry Bradshaw on a 13-yard run. Philadelphia has tied up that game with Cleveland 3-3 in the second quarter. Tom Dempsey, remember him, an 18-yard field goal.
3rd down and 1. Sonka, and hit behind the line of scrimmage at the 33-yard line. Fine play again by Ron Pritchard, number 58. Sonka has 44 yards unofficially in this first half. Morris with 36 and Kick with 39. Larry Seipel is set to do the punting, and he gets it away. Ken Houston at the 22, stepping through at the 25, and whammy at the 25-yard line. Making the play, Hubert Ginn, number 32, out of Florida A&M, racked him up. A 44-yard punt with a 3-yard return. 20 seconds left to play. First half, Dolphins leading at 20-0. Pastorini swinging it out. It goes to Al Johnson, and he goes down at the 15. Making the play, Manny Fernandez, 75. Johnny, I've really been impressed with the way the Dolphins secondary has handled the Houston receivers here in this first half.
They've done a good job. They've mixed up their defense. There's a little bit of zone, not too much man for man, and a steady pass rush. The whole key, though, is that Houston hasn't been able to run the ball. If you can't run the ball, they didn't run the ball last week well. They haven't run it this week, and you've got to set up the passes like Miami. Houston doesn't throw too much anymore. Maybe 10, 15, 20 passes at the most. That's because his running game goes so well that when he passes, his men are open. He has the time, and Houston just hasn't been able to develop that.
Pastorini is 3 out of 10 in the passing department. He gives it to Granger, and he slices out to the 25-yard line. Gets back to about the line of scrimmage. And Dick Anderson, number 40, is there to make the tackle. We have 5 seconds remaining. Timeout is called by Houston to stop the clock with 5 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Jay, here's a possible upset. Buffalo leads the 49ers 6-3 going into the second half. They're still in the second quarter, but John Brody has injured his wrist. He is out. Steve Spurrier is playing quarterback for the 49ers. So it's 6-3 Buffalo.
Well, Spurrier's been saying for the past year that he should be the number 1 quarterback. Maybe he'll get the chance now. And it'll be interesting to see if he can deliver. Johnny, I just got word that the point after try that Yefremia missed here in this first half, he made 75 in a row by missing that one. And I'm reminded that Carl Noonan, who normally holds for him, is injured. Earl Morrill, the veteran, has been holding for Yefremia, and it may have been somewhat of a problem there. And Carl Noonan today, incidentally, is working with our producer, Tim Feeney, as a spotter. Granger carries the ball up, across the 25, hit there by Bob Matheson. The first half comes to a close. The score here in the Orange Bowl, Miami Dolphins 20, the Houston Oilers nothing. Skip Butler will kick off to start the second half. And back downfield, you saw Charlie Lee, 23, along with Mercury Morris. This is Charlie Lee jumping out over the 20, still on his feet up to about the 24-yard line. He was hit by Greg Sampson, number 91, a defensive end, the rookie from Michigan. And we're underway with the third period. The Dolphins leading at 20-0. We hope that you're enjoying the National Football League action as you see Lee coming off. This fella does a fine job on punt and kickoff returns. Charlie Lee, 206, 5'10". Signed as a free agent. So many of these fellas on the Dolphins club were. First and 10 at the 24. That is Bob Greasy. And he has Morris and Sonka behind him out of the eye. Morris, cut in the corner, goes down at the 25-yard line. Got about a yard on the play. Pat Holmes, number 79 at left end, making the stop. Marv Fleming, number 80, is the tight end for the Dolphins as we look at the Oiler defense that has Holmes, Silliman, Brooks, and Bethea up front. Webster, Kroll, and Pritchard are the middle linebackers now. And Johnson and Alexander, along with Houston and Charles in the secondary. Now Floyd Rice is at right linebacker. A handoff going. Mercury Morris cutting it up the 40 and gets to midfield. Almost broke it away. George Webster got to him along with number 33, Benny Johnson. Mercury Morris.
Morris got a good block from his running mate, Larry Zonka, and then downfield, here comes Webster to make the tackle, but Paul Warfield did a good job of hand blocking on Benny Johnson to help Morris get a few extra yards.
Mercury Morris has carried the ball 8 times for 62 yards. First down. The ball right at midfield. The Dolphins leading the Oilers 20-0. Webster and Rice now the outside linebackers with Pritchard in the middle. Morris again, and he was hit first by 79, Pat Holmes, and stumbled down at that point. Kick is back in, number 21, replacing Morris. It's Wayne Moore, Bob Kuchenberg, Jim Langer, Larry Little, and Norm Evans up front for the Dolphins. Second down, 7 at the 47-yard line. Creasy out to Warfield. No, incomplete. He dropped the ball as he went down at the 39-yard line. Tried to gather it in before the official saw it. But the official on the near side right on the play. There is Fleming, and he looks like he may have had a problem with his ankle, or he's got something bothering him in his shoe.
He's a real key, too, for that Miami offense on his blocking. He doesn't catch a lot of passes, but he throws a lot of blocks, and the tight end is one of the key men on getting around the horn. If he gets a key block, the chances of getting around the horn on an end run are much better.
Jim Mandich, 88, is now in for Fleming on 3rd and 7. Greasy, lots of time. Throwing now, and he's got his man. It is Mandich at the 30, down to the 25-yard line. First down, Miami. George Webster made the stop. Mandich got loose. Wayne Alexander also there to make the stop. There's the former All-American from the University of Michigan. That's Michigan.
There is a University of Michigan, though. Let's check out the pass blocking. He had plenty of time as he goes back in the cup and stays there. Watch it, just perfect blocking. But they can't get through. He goes forward in the cup. Pritchard actually had knocked Mandich around, but then he got up and got clear for the reception.
Again, the I formation, the first man through. Larry Zonka to the 15-yard line. Benny Johnson, 33, credited with making the stop in underneath. Zonka, the number 1 draft choice in 68 of the Dolphins. He rushed for 1,058 yards in 71. 6'2", 237 pounds. Second down and about 1. Ball right at the 15-yard line. We've got Warfield, both sets to the left side. Zonka now has 48 yards on 10 carries. Jim kick across the 10-yard line, wrapped up there by George Webster. Let's see where they'll place it down. Just inside the 10. It is a first down, and it will be goal to go from about the 9.5-yard line. The Dolphins, Jim Langer, number 62, now at center. He took over, earned the starting shot from the veteran Bob DeMarco, who last week was traded to Buffalo and immediately retired. Briscoe. Wide to the right. The handoff right up the middle to Jim Kick, and he is at the 2. Kick went into the center and just slid out of there. Ken Houston, number 29, making the stop. Players shaken up for the Houston Oilers. That's Bethea, number 65. Alan Aldridge, number 88 now, out of Prairie View. In his second year is on to replace Bethea. And we have 10 minutes left to play. Third quarter, the Dolphins leading 20-0. As you look at the defense, Holmes, Tilleman, Brooks, and Aldridge now up front. The backers, Webster, Rice, and Pritchard, Houston, Alexander, Charles, and Johnson. And they've got their hands full. Second goal to go at the 2. Greasy rolling, looking, keeping. Bob Greasy has the touchdown. Larry Little, number 66, and Larry Zonka, 39, setting that up as Greasy went in for the score. All right, Euphremium, who had the 75 straight before that miss, got one, and now he's starting another streak. He hopes this will be number 2 as Morrill holds, and Euphremium boots it up. It's good. 9 minutes, 38 seconds left, third quarter. Score here in the Orange Bowl. Dolphins 21, the Oilers nothing. To the Dolphins, looking on as Euphremium kicks off, and this, Willie Rogers. Rogers at the 15 to the 19-yard line. Willie Rogers on the return. He was hit by Jesse Powell, number 56, the 4-year man from West Texas State, along with Lloyd Mumford, number 26. Mumford does quite a job coming downfield. You might wonder what it looks like to be that deep guy back set to receive. And Johnny, here's a shot of it.
Looks like a lot longer than 100 yards, doesn't it, to go down that field? But he fumbles the ball, and of course, sometimes those will break when you fumble. Everything gets out of perspective and he goes, but not on that one.
Back live, Pastorini keeping. Out it comes to Charlie Joyner. Look out! Penalty markers go down, and Joyner holds on at the 20-yard line. The penalty is going to be charged, I believe, to Levert's car number 63, slipping. Mike Colon, 57, was there on the play for the Miami Dolphins. Rain coming down a bit heavier now.
Excuse me, Jay, that's a tough call, too, on Carr, because he's coming out for that quick screen out there, and that defensive man gets to the outside position there, and he's got to throw, and it's a tough call.
First down, Miami 17, Houston 1. Pastorini to Granger. Not much there this time. He got to the 11-yard line. Granger wrapped up by 85. Nick Bonacani in the middle. As you look at this Houston Oiler offensive unit, and now the Dolphin defensive unit.
Jay, Oakland has a lead over Green Bay now 10-7 in the first quarter. Jack Tatum went 104 yards with a fumble for a touchdown.
Second down and about 18. Pastorini throwing and completing. Up at the 17-yard line to Al Johnson. Johnson, number 15, coming out of the backfield there. Mike Colon, 57, a weak side linebacker, and Bonacani, 85, were there. Don't forget NBC's baseball game of the week next Saturday. On 3rd and 12, Pastorini scrambling, throwing now downfield as the penalty marker goes down. Charlie Joyner has it at the 40. Joyner, he's at the 30. A penalty marker down as Joyner goes all the way, and let's see if they will bring it back. An 83-yard play, Pastorini scrambling and throwing to Joyner, and there are 3 flags on the field. They're going to bring it back, Johnny, I do believe. Now, wait a minute.
I don't think so. I think it might have been defensive holding in the backfield.
Now it is ruled touchdown, so an 83-yard touchdown pass. And Pastorini scrambled very well.
What a job he did. Manny Fernandez was all over him. He dipped to the outside, threw the ball. Actually, Alvin Reed almost made the reception for the Oilers, but it was just a little over his head. And Joyner made the grab and went all the way, turned on the speed. And it was defensive holding against the Dolphins. I think the Oilers were smart in refusing the penalty. Don't you?
I have to agree wholeheartedly. Pastorini will hold. Skip Butler will attempt the point after. There is the boot. It is up. No, it is wide. It is up and off to the right. We've got a timeout here. The score, the Dolphins 27, the Oilers 6. Butler kicking off. Morris at the 5. 15, 20, to the 24-yard line. There to make the play, Garland Boyette, number 52, the veteran linebacker from Grambling. We have 7 minutes, 15 seconds left to play in the third quarter. The Dolphins 27-6 over the Oilers.
And Baltimore leads the New York Jets 7-6. The Jets also missed an extra point after a 55-yard pass from Namath to Eddie Bell. So it's 7-6 Colts.
You see one of the Dolphins injured there. That is Ball, number 51. Two wide receivers, Twilly 81 and Otto Stowe 82, are in now for Miami. This is Larry Zonka, and he's run out of bounds along the 25-yard line. Zonka and Morris, the setback. We also have Doug Crusan now, number 77 at left tackle, replacing Wayne Moore. Kuchenberg, 67. Langer, 62. Little 66 is out of there. We have Al Jenkins, number 60, now at right guard. Norm Evans, 73, is at right tackle. So Don Shula making some changes in his offensive unit. It'll be second down 9. Pitching it out to Mercury Morris. And Morris goes to the 26-yard line. Phil Kroll out of California, 6'3", 220-pounder, making the stop. Lays it down at about the 26-yard line, so let's call it third down and 8. We have 6:10 left to play, third quarter. Dolphins leading 27-6. Dolphins with the football. At the 25-yard line, and the Houston Oilers come up with it. It's Ron Billingsley, number 82, in underneath the pile. There's Billingsley going off as he picked up that football, and the Oilers get it at the 25-yard line of the Dolphins.
That was kind of a delayed draw, which didn't work. He got the ball just a little bit late to him, and they never really had control, and Houston really pounced on him. So Houston not out of this ball game yet.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line. Dan Pastorini at quarterback. Got Johnson and Granger behind him. That's Burrow out at the top of the screen. Granger tripping as he went across the 25-yard line, getting to about the 24. In the middle, Nick Bonacani, number 85, was there. The Oilers have Funches 66, Regner 60. Hunt 51 at center, Saul 64 at right guard, and Levertard 63 at right tackle. Alvin Reed 89 is the tight end. Granger now has 48 yards on 12 carries, second and 8 at the 24. Saw Joyner move in a step or two. Pastorini looking to Joyner, now looking back in trouble. Missed by one man and still on his feet. Going down to the 15, still on his feet, going down to the 11-yard line. An outstanding performance by Pastorini as he just waltzed through them all. Dick Anderson finally brought him down. Pastorini, the number 1 draft choice in 71 out of Santa Clara, could have played baseball with the Mets. It wouldn't have been quite as much contact, I'll tell you that.
Oh, he did a fantastic job on that. He must have broken, 3 or 4 tackles. He was trying to find Burrow, but he was covered up on the far side, and so he had avoided a Fernandes tackle and did a fine job.
Burrow is out now. Rhett Dawson is in. Pastorini swinging it out to Granger. He's at the 10, down to the 5, down to the 3, down to the 1. Granger taking it down to the 1-yard line. It is very close to the first down. I think they got the first down. It'll be first down and goal to go at the 1. Ron Saul, number 64, with a very fine block for Bill Peterson's Oilers.
And I'd call that a great call, Jay. I mean, they got down there, got a first down, faked the other way, and threw the screen on first down. And that was one heck of a call. All
right, it is first down and goal to go at the 1. Rogers and Granger behind Pastorini. Rogers in for the touchdown. 3 minutes and 43 seconds left to play in the third period. Willie Rogers, the rookie out of Kentucky State, getting his first National Football League touchdown. Pastorini is on to hold. Skip Butler, activated this week to do the placement work, missed the first time. This one is up, and it is good. We've got a timeout here in the Orange Bowl in Miami. The score, the Dolphins 27, the Oilers 13. Mercury Morris on the right. Number 23, Charlie Lee on the left. Skip Butler set to kick off. And he lines this one. And it goes through the arms of Charlie Lee out of the end zone. It comes out for a touchback. Possessions, you might be interested in that statistic on the afternoon. Miami has run 43 plays to this point. Houston 32.
One score in here, Jay. The Rams have taken a lead over the Chicago Bears 7-0 in the first quarter on a 28-yard touchdown with an interception by Gene Howard.
We get word that Pasea has an injury to his elbow. Larry Ball of the Dolphins separated shoulder. Paul Warfield is back in the lineup. The pass goes to the far sideline. It is complete over there at the 23-yard line to Howard Twilley. Twilley, number 81, now working with Paul Warfield, number 42. Twilley gets a big hand here. Twilley, of course, the former All-American from Tulsa, number 81. Injuries have hampered his career. He has 128 career catches and is in his 7th year. Second down and 7 at the 23. Dolphins leading 27-13. 3 minutes left, third quarter. Sonka across the 25-yard line. He was filled by Floyd Rice at left linebacker number 85. As you look at Houston, 85 Rice out of Alcorn A&M is on the left side with George Webster, number 90, on the right side. And Ron Pritchard, 58, still the middle linebacker. Holmes, Tillman, Billingsley, and Alan Aldridge up front. Johnson, Charles, Houston, and Alexander in the secondary. Third down and 4, the 26 for Miami. Greasy throwing for Warfield. Gotta be. They threw it. At the 40-yard line, pass interference. Charged against Benny Johnson, number 33.
Now, this is a close one. They call it interference. Johnson, if he had come low maybe and hit him low and upended him as the ball got there, it might not have been called. But he was right up around his arms and was there just a little bit before the ball, and I think it's a good call by the official.
2 minutes, 12 seconds left in the third quarter. A first down for Miami at their own 40-yard line. Jim Kidd, fumble in underneath. Houston has the football. And Johnny, I'll tell you, if the Oilers could get it and go in now, it might get very interesting here. Ron Pritchard, number 58, on the ball underneath the pile. You see him trotting off on the far side. He's been moved to middle linebacker, ahead of Garland Boyette, and he played himself a fine ball game here.
Where those extra points misses could become very important factor in this game before it's over with.
Well, now, Sonka, Morris, and Kidd have all fumbled once and lost the ball. And it is first and 10 at the 43-yard line of the Dolphins for Houston. Pastorini barking them out. Throwing, and on the near side it is incomplete. Ken Burrow was out of bounds. He took the ball along the near sideline, covered on the play by Tim Foley, number 25. There's Ken Burrow going back in. And here's a fellow who is a talented man as a receiver. Let's take a look at this. Johnny in the slipperiness here.
You saw Johnson slide there, and now you'll see the same thing happen to Burrow. He slipped just as he caught the ball also before he went out of bounds.
Pastorini's footing wasn't too good. He threw kind of a wobbler there. 2nd and 10 at the 43. Jim Byrne, 81, is in, and going down is Pastorini. Pastorini holding on back at the 47-yard line. Matheson is there in the 53 defense. 3rd and 14. Pastorini throwing, almost intercepted by Bonacani. You see Nick along the near sideline, a little upset. He's cut in front of Al Johnson and almost came up with it. The defense of the Dolphins asked Lilly to stop this threat because it could have been very crucial had Houston been able to go in and get 7 on the board. The Dolphin defense has done it. Pastorini will do the punting. Lee and Anderson are downfield. Pastorini, a high end-over-ender, fair catch, and is taken in at the 7-yard line by Charlie Lee. 41-yard punt with no return, 35 seconds left to play in this 3rd period. Larry Sonka out to the 10-yard line. Floyd Rice, number 85, making the play. Johnny, you know, despite winning the way to the Super Bowl, the Dolphins have made a lot of changes. They have 9 newcomers on this squad. Rookies Charlie Babb, Larry Ball, Mike Kaddish, Baldy Moore, plus experienced newcomers like Briscoe and Dunaway and Jenkins, Howard Kinding and Earl Morrow. Mr. Shula wasn't content to stand pat here. There's the gun. 3 periods of play. The Orange Bowl in Miami. Miami Dolphins 27, Houston Oilers 13. For Miami, operating from their own 11-yard line as we go to the 4th period here at the Orange Bowl. 27-13, Dolphins. Mercury Morris trying to get around the corner, and he couldn't. Fine play by Ken Houston, number 29, who came up to make the stop. There is number 29, Ken Houston. Works for the Oilers as a PR man in the offseason from Lufkin, Texas. Played at Prairie View, fine school in Texas. 25 career interceptions, and Johnny, you talked earlier about 9 touchdowns with that. That's some percentage.
And 4 last year. He had 4 in 1 year.
3rd down, 5 at the 12. Morris and Sonka, the setback. Pass going on the far side to Paul Warfield. Made a great move along the sideline against Benny Johnson. And a 1st down. Our ground lever camera, Johnny Morris.
Here we see it from a different angle. Benny Johnson actually slipped, but Greasy had plenty of time here to throw the ball off, and it was just an out, a little dip in and out for Warfield, and Johnson slipped. He had plenty of room, except for the sideline, which is a big factor in considering the hash marks and stuff. That's been changed this year, too, as you know, Jay.
All right, Howard Twilley down at the bottom of your screen. Paul Warfield at the top. 1st down at the 22. Across the 25-yard line, slanting out near the 30. Larry Sonka, Ken Houston, number 29, at safety, along with Bill Coyle, number 59, making the stop. Johnny, you talked about the hash marks. They think it'll open up the offense a bit.
Well, you get much better field position. I know a lot of times as a wide receiver, if you're on a short hash mark, the defensive back would play you to the inside quite a bit, and he's got the angle on you. Now they've got to play a little bit more honest because they've moved the hash marks in about 3.5 yards. I think it makes for a better game. I think it'll open things up a little bit.
Warfield has rushed for 67 yards, or caught passes for 67 yards, on 3 receptions. And Greasy now shows 8 completions in 12 throws for 113 yards. He's had 1 interception. That statistic for Warfield is interesting because he always has a tremendous average to go along with his catches. 2nd down and 2 at the 30-yard line. Mercury Morris, he's got the first down and more. Out to the 35-yard line. Ken Houston again making the tackle with help from Floyd Rice. Houston 29, Rice 85. Sampson 91 is now at left end. And as we say that, he goes off for the Houston Oilers. Sonka has 64 yards on 14 carries. Morris 71 yards on 14 carries and 55 yards on 9. Each man has fumbled once. And that equals their fumble total for last year. Mercury Morris at the 40. At the 45, and he almost ran out of the grasp of Ken Houston. And now they're having just a little meeting there.
Well, they had some more excellent blocking there. Let's take a look at it from behind. Zonka leads the way for Morris. Good block by Little. Zonka busts the hole open, pushes the linebacker out, and then Morris does the rest of it on his own. There's Houston. He's tenacious and brings him down.
First and 10, Miami. A ball at their own 46-yard line. 12 minutes, 20 seconds left to play. Fourth period, Dolphins leading 27-13. Greasy throwing it out. Marv Fleming. Fleming knocked out of bounds down at the 37-yard line. Ken Houston again making the play for the Oilers.
There was a mix-up there. Houston got caught inside. He was either screened off there briefly or they had a mix-up on their coverage because Fleming was really all by himself on that. Just the tight end just flares to the outside, and the wide receiver came across on a quick post.
For Fleming, that was the 143rd catch of his career. He's a fine blocker, as we mentioned. A lot of you folks in Texas know him as he is a native of Longview, Texas. First and 10 at the 38. Sonka. Big block by Wayne Moore, 79 up front there to allow him to move across the 35. Croyle making the stop at the 33-yard line. He had a little help on the play from Ron Billingsley. Billingsley, the man they call the Beast, number 82, bothered by the knee. Just announced the attendance, 77,821. The Showers held it down a little bit. They have 5,000 new seats here at the Orange Bowl. It now seats 80,010. On 2nd and 5. All the way across the 25 down to the 21-yard line. First down, Mercury Morris. Again, Ken Houston making the stop. He had help from Benny Johnson. Morris impressed me in a couple of games, Johnny, last year when I saw him. And he's coming off now and gets a tremendous hand as Jim Kick returns to the Dolphin lineup. Morris has 92 yards on 14 carries. He's caught a pass for 17 yards. There is 42-year-old Don Shula, the head coach of the Dolphins, coaching his 30th game for Miami today. Straight ahead, Zonka to about the 17 as the umpire was set at the tackle to Ron Billingsley. I mentioned Don Shula. There he is, his 30th game as top man here in Miami. His record, 21 victories here at Miami, 7 defeats and 1 tie.
And you know, Jay, he's achieving what he wants, and that's he has eaten up, 4, 5, 6 minutes already on this one drive. And they just eat the clock up.
Ball control football at its best. 2nd and 6. Greasy. Lots of time. Going incomplete. The throw for Howard Twilley just slid it off his fingertips as he dived for it. Willie Alexander there covering. Willie, a great star at Tulsa for the Hurricanes. He's got 128 catches coming into today's game in his career. 5'10", 185.
And he was actually the secondary receiver on that, Jay, because did you notice how much time Greasy had to throw the ball that time? He waited and waited. He wanted to go to the outside, but Willie kept going across, and he had time to get it at him anyway.
3rd down and 6 at the 17. Greasy throwing at the 10-yard line. It is kicked. He's spun down there and back upfield at the 14. Still Kroll. Kroll again making the stop. First down at the 10. They placed it at that point. Miami now has, on 10 occasions when they had a third down play, been able to convert for a first down. Houston only one in 8. First and 10, a ball just inside the 10-yard line. 9.5 minutes to play in the game. The Dolphins leading 27-13. Zonka out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Croyle knocked him out on the near sideline with help from Pat Holmes. John Charles also there, number 25. Zonka had a 5.4 average, Johnny, last year every time he carried the ball. That's picking him up and laying him down.
He's not hurting that average today either.
Second down, goal to go at the 6. The throw into the end zone, 6. Oh, was he open? Coming out of the backfield, Jim King. Great call.
He had Warfield out wide. He ran a quick slant, and Kick came out of the backfield, and the linebacker, that time Coyle, had to cover man for man, and that's tough on any linebacker. I don't care who it is. Beautiful play. Now we see Pritchard actually there as the middle linebacker, but he throws the pass on second down, and you see Warfield had cleared the zone.
It was all over.
He was all over. That's putting it succinctly.
Morrill holds. Ypiremian kicks the point after. 8 minutes, 40 seconds left to play in the proceedings here. Dolphins 34, Oilers 13.
Warfield splits left, Twilly to the near side. Kick in Zonka. The split backs behind Greasy. Second and goal from the Oilers' 6-yard line. On the snap, Greasy drops to throw. He fires left. Kick is down there. He's got it. The 2, the 1. He's in for the score. Jim Kick out of the backfield as the handkerchiefs come out in force this time.
Right, Benny Johnson, 33 on the left. Darrow Ypiremian, a lining squibby kick. It is taken. Willie Rogers coming back with it across the 20, out to the 30, to the 32-yard line. He was met first by Otto Stowe, number 82. Also Jesse Powell, number 56, in on the play. Next week, Miami has a tough assignment, Johnny. They play the Minnesota Vikings, and things don't get much easier for Houston as you look at Larry Zonka taking in a little oxygen, clearing his nostrils. Houston has the Jets in their home opener next week. Pastorini throwing it out, and that is Granger, knocked out of bounds as he got up to the 33-yard line. Mike Colon, the weak side linebacker, 57, making the play. Granger has given a very creditable performance here this afternoon. Johnny and I have talked about this splendid veteran, now in his 7th season. The all-time leading ground gainer for Houston. It is second down and 8 at the 33-yard line. We have 8 minutes left to play. Pastorini coming out of the pocket to the 40, to the at the 45-yard line. He was dinged, held on to the ball. He was hit and hit hard by Doug Swift and Jake Scott.
He couldn't find any receivers open, and he took off right down the middle. There was no place to go. Boy, you have to give him a lot of credit. He just put his head down and boom, right into it. And that must have stung a little bit.
There is Morrill, the great veteran, along the sidelines, who has joined his old coach Don Shula after some great days with him in Baltimore. First down at the 46. Pastorini over the middle. Oh, almost intercepted. As Jake Scott was down on the ground, he had slipped. And as he was starting to get up, the ball almost hit him in the face. There is Scott out of the University of Georgia. Pro Bowl pick in 71 and had to miss it, you may remember, because of a broken rib.
Boy, was Granger open on that last play out on the flat. Anderson was waiting for him downfield about 20 yards. Of course, Pastorini had other problems. He's not able to see everybody. They may come back with that play.
Second down and 10 at the 46. 7.5 minutes to go in the game. Dolphins leading 34-13. Pastorini's throw for Granger tipped by number 83, Vern Den Herner. Den Herner, 6'6" and 250 pounds, out of Central State of Iowa. And here's a fellow with a lot of poise in his second year. A 9th-round pick. He backed up for Stanfield last year when he was injured and now has earned a starting role at left end for the Dolphins. Jim Byrne, number 81, in the lineup for the Oilers as a wide receiver. An All-American at Purdue, played there with Bob Greasy and also with Foley. 3rd and 10. Pastorini under pressure, throwing complete. Over on the far side at the 40. And that is Alvin Reed, the tight end, who took it in, got it to the 39-yard line. Reed out of Prairie View, top receiver, 69 and 70, as well as being a very, very strong blocker. Caught 25 passes last year, a free agent fine, signed in 67. Clock is rolling with 7 minutes left to play, and it's 1st and 10 for the Oilers at the Dolphins' 39-yard line.
The Miami Dolphins defense is taking away the outside receivers pretty well. We may see Reed catch more and the back catch more.
Pastorini going long for Burrow. He slipped. It's intercepted by Foley. Foley at the 15, the 20, out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Tim Foley, another man we mentioned a moment ago out of Purdue.
Oh, you hate to criticize anybody. Pastorini especially has had such a fine game, but the ball should have never been thrown because Burroughs was pretty well double covered there, and they were Dolphins all over the place, and it was just he was in trouble trying to get a completion and go for the game. You got to give him credit.
The Dolphins, 6:30 left to go, and Miami with the football, and Earl Morrill is at quarterback, and he hands it off out to the 25-yard line. There's a fumble. And I don't know who's got it. We'll wait till they file. Miami. That's the way it's gone all day long. It was Charlie Lee who carried, or Ginn, I believe. It was Ginn, the ball carriers. We now have Lee 23 and Ginn 32 in there. Mandich 88 is the tight end. Otto Stowe 82, one of the wide receivers with Twilly, was the man who recovered the fumble. A 9-yard game. I guess there's all kinds of ways to get some yardage. Don Shula now making a lot of changes. Earl Morrill, as we said, is now your quarterback, the 17-year veteran. This is Ginn, and he gets it up to the 37-yard line. Ginn, who really is a swift performer, he can run the football out of Florida A&M. Played on the special teams for the most part, but getting a chance with the score on the board, 34-13 in favor of the Dolphins. He's bumped down on the near side.
And Ginn showed us something you don't see as much anymore, and that was the old-fashioned straight arm. You see that arm, boy? Just like a stick out there. It's hard to bring him down when they do that.
Greasy was 11 out of 16 for 143 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Another splendid afternoon for Bob Greasy. Charlie Lee over the 45-yard line. One of the Dolphins, 66, Larry Little, is hurt. Charlie Lee running the football. Larry Little limping off. Morrill rolling. The looking, throwing, penalty marker down as the pass is intended for Howard Twilley along the far sideline. A penalty marker down at the 46-yard line. Hubert was really rolling.
Great running by Ginn, but watch the block by little number 81, Howard Twilley, the wide receiver. As here, there it is. You can see the man down there. Twilley was the one that broke the run, and then, of course, Ginn does the rest of it on his own. 2 or 3 Oilers hanging on. He breaks one tackle and eventually gets about 3 or 4 more yards before he's knocked out of bounds. Good individual effort. Great block by Howard Twilley.
Croyle finally made the stop. Straight ahead, Charlie Lee to about the 13-yard line. Greg Sampson, number 91, now at left end, along with Leo Brooks, number 73, there to make the play. We have a minute and a half left to go here. The Dolphins 34, the Oilers 13. The victory will make the Dolphins 2-0. Don Shula's record will move to 22-7-1. As today, as we mentioned earlier, he's coaching his 30th game as head man here. The Oilers will be 0-2, facing the Jets in the Dome next Sunday. 2nd and 7. Again, this time brought down as he ran laterally along the 13-yard line, leading the way. Croyle again, along with Garland Boyette, number 52. There is Boyette, who is now at the middle linebacker spot. Boyette, a 9-year veteran out of Grambling. He's, of course, played guard, defensive end, outside linebacker, and played in the middle for a long, long time for these Oilers. Now has been replaced by Pritchard, who impressed here today. 30 seconds left to go. Well, the 78,000 plus, or the 77,000 plus, nearly 78,000 here today, have seen their Dolphins win the home opener. Here's the pass going for Otto Stowe, and the fans here thought that maybe interference should be called against Benny Johnson. Johnny, who was right there?
Josh put me on the spot. Johnson did give him a little shove, possibly after the ball was thrown, but it was hard to tell.
There's a penalty, Johnny. Defensive holding call on the play.
Right, the ball was in the air, and Johnson gave him a little shove as Warfield tried to come back out to the outside. But at this point, it doesn't make too much difference right now.
Defensive holding, the automatic first down. 1st and goal to go at the 7-yard line for Miami. There are 16 seconds remaining to be played. The Dolphins leading at 34-13. To the 4-yard line, Hubert Ginn. 10 seconds left. Ginn has stopped. The fans here want timeout to be called. They'd like to get another score on the board. Alexander made the tackle. You see the time run out. There